and engineering excellence in Nigeria. Can you please put your hands together for yourselves? Ladies and gentlemen, the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers is a professional division of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, dedicated to the promotion of agricultural and bioresources engineering. Also, on the other hand, the National Center for Agricultural Mechanization, our esteemed collaborator and host, remains Nigeria's premier government institution for the development, adaptation, standardization, and dissemination of agricultural mechanization technologies. The theme for this year's conference, Standardization and Promotion of Proven Technologies for Agricultural Production and Value Addition in Nigeria, underscores our collective resolve to strengthening agricultural productivity and efficiency through innovation, collaboration, and standardization. Ladies and gentlemen, this week's program is rich and engaging, featuring technical and plenary sections, the maiden edition of the National Agricultural Mechanization Exhibition, a tour of the exhibition pavilion, the Women in Agriculture and Bioresources Engineering Program, the prestigious dinner and award, and of course, the already held Eating Incomes cocktail, which we had yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue into this event, let us celebrate our past achievements, embrace today's innovation, and envision a future where technology and engineering continue to transform agriculture in Nigeria. Permit me to now welcome dignitaries who are gracing these events with their presence. Ladies and gentlemen, we have here present our very amiable special guest of honor and the keynote speaker for today, His Excellency, Engineer Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, Commander of the Order of Niger, member of the National Institute, FNIAE, FNSE. Please a round of applause for him. If you know him, you know that he's a very wonderful and special governor. Also, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have here present our very distinguished Honorable Minister of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. Please put your hands together for our Honorable Minister, Senator Abubakar Kyari, Commander of the Order of the Niger. We have also here our Chief Host, the Executive Governor of Kwara State, His Excellency Abdul Rahman Abdul Razak, CON, ably represented by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture, Kwara State, Mrs. Funke Shokoya. Let's put our hands together for her. You're welcome. We have also representing our guest of honor, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, His Excellency Engineer Dr. Kabemi Hamzat, FNSE, FNIAE, represented here by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems, Mr. Emmanuel Audu. Let's put our hands together for him. You are welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have here in our midst the President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Margaret Aino Oguntala, Fellow of the Nigerian Society, the Chairman of this occasion. She is ably represented here by our very amiable past President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, who served in the year 2014 and 2015. Let us make welcome Engineer Ademola Isaac Olorunfemi, FNSE, FAA. Also distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our host, our very amiable National Chairman of the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers, and also the World President of ISRO. Please put your hands together for Engineer Professor Joshua O. Olaoye, FNIAE, FNSE, and his amiable wife, Mrs. Mary Olaoye. Please put your hands together for her. We have here also our very distinguished Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Engineer Dr. Marcus O. Ogunbi, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Fellow of the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have here present our distinguished host, the Director and Chief Executive of the National Center for Agricultural Mechanization. Please let us put our hands together for Engineer Dr. A.R. Kamal, FNSE, FNIAE. Also, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have past National Chairman of the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers here present. It will interest you to know that we have the pioneer national chairman here in person of Engineer Emeritus Professor G.A. Makonjuola, FNIAE. You are very, very much welcome. We also have present at this event, we have a past national chairman of this honorable institution, Engineer Professor A.F. Alonge, FNSE, FAA. Please a round of applause for him. He is the CIGR past president and the immediate past national president. Also, we have here at this event, Engineer Professor M.O. Faborode, FNSE, FAA, former Vice Chancellor, Obafemi Awolowo University. Let's put our hands together for him. Ladies and gentlemen, we also recognize the co-chairman of this event, Engineer Dr. O.A. Ogunjirin, FNSE, FNIAE. A round of applause for him. We have in the entourage of the Governor, Honorable Commissioner for Youth Development, Honorable Ambassador Ndanusa Usman Shehu. A round of applause for him. You're welcome. We have the Honorable Commissioner Housing and Urban Development, Kwara State, representative of the Kwara State Governor, Dr. Segun Ogunshola. You are welcome. Okay, I've recognized Mrs. Funke. Ladies and gentlemen, because for want of time, may I recognize all the National Executive Committee members of NIA here present. Wherever you are, please wave your hands, put your hands together for them. We also recognize members of the Board of Fellows of the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers and the chairman. If you are here, please wave your hands. Please put your hands together for them. We recognize also all regional chairmen of Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers here present, all the fellows of NIAE and NSE, corporate members, graduate and student members, spouses of NIAE. Please, our spouses, can you please be upstanding? They are special people, we should recognize them. Please, a round of applause for them. You are very, very much welcome. Please, the representative of the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, your attention is needed. Please let us bring him to the front. Thank you very much. The management and staff of UNCAM, and of course, the women in agricultural and bioresources engineering in Nigeria, led by their president, Engineer Professor Mrs. K. Taiwo, FNSE, FAA. Please a round of applause for her. We We recognize also a past Vice President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, here present, Engineer Valerie Ufueko Agberaba, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, GM Generation NDPHC. We recognize also our elders here who are 80 years and above. We have the wife of late Professor J.O. Ohu here present. Please a round of applause for her. Thank you very much. We have Engineer Professor F.A. Adeniji, FNSE, FNIAE. National Chairman, we have Engineer Professor S.M. Musa, FNSE, FNIAE, and of course our National Vice Chairman, Engineer Professor Joseph C. Adama, FNIAE. The media, the protocol, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, much more later. My name is Engineer Emmanuel Oshala Ejika, MNSC PMP, and I will be directing the affairs and programs for our events. Thank you very much. Can we please have the safety tips before we continue to our programs?
There's only one. I'll do that.
And the sessions are scheduled access on the system which will store the on level. We have two accessible staircases, one on the left side of the hall and one on the right side. The London level has 4 separate rooms, rooms 1 to 4, which has its own dedicated way of viewing restrooms and the suites. Additionally, at the edge of the gallery, you will find room 5, which also includes restroom facilities for both males and females. Now please note, in the other area of the left corridor, there is a doorway that leads you to room 6 and 7. Both of these rooms have restroom facilities for males and females.
Engineer Dr. M.Y.
Please ensure the bathroom membranes are secure at all times. We are here to ensure you have a safe, comfortable, and productive conference. We don't want any participant to leave any environment. Always endeavor to make use of the laws we provided within and outside the hall. However, if you have any questions, please find Mr. Thank you for your time.
Our fathers, we have Engineer Oba Moses Ayodele A. Adewuyi, the Dumade 1, the Oluju of Iludun Eju, our royal father of the day. Please a round of applause for him. You are welcome. And also the representative of the Executive Secretary of Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, Dr. Olufemi Salako. You are welcome. A round of applause for him. Now we continue to our program. If you have the brochure, the program is on page 18. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let us honor a leader whose vision and dedication continue to advance the frontiers of agricultural engineering in Nigeria. With a career marked by excellence in research, teaching, and professional leadership, he embodies the spirit of innovation, capacity building, and purposeful action. Please join me in recognizing a man whose commitment to the advancing agricultural mechanization and professional engineering practice across Nigeria cannot be overemphasized. With a warm applause, let us welcome our national chairman, Engineer Professor Joshua Olanrewaju Olaoye, FNSC FNIAE, the national chairman of this great institution, for his welcome address. Please clap for your chairman.
To God be the glory that we are all gathered at this very important occasion. This is a short welcome address by the national chairman of Agricultural Engineers, Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers, at this august gathering. Honorable Minister, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, the Executive Governor of Kwara State, ably represented, the Executive Governor of Borno State, our own very own, Engineer Professor Babagana Umara, Zulu, MNI, CON, FNSC, FNIA, the President and Chairman in Council, Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Margaret Aina Oguntala, ably represented. The Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Engineer Dr. Obafemi Kadri Amzat, ably represented. The Executive Director of National Center for Agricultural Mechanization, Engineer Dr. Gafar Amal. The Vice Chancellor, University of Ilorin, Professor Wahab Egbewole, SAN, past Chairman, Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers, and elders of our distinguished institution. Distinguished fellows of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers, and elders, our esteemed guests, our partners in agricultural development, our spouses, and our students, colleagues, friends, members of the academia, industry stakeholder, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our friends, electronic media and prints. This morning, it gives me immense pleasure on behalf of the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers, NIAE, to warmly welcome you all to this historic and triple-fold event marking the 25th International Conference and 45th Annual General Meeting, the maiden National Agricultural Machinery Exhibition, NAME, and the Golden Jubilee celebration of our institution, a moment of reflection, innovation, and renewed commitment to transforming Nigerian agricultural landscape, celebrating 50 years of purposeful existence. This year, we celebrate 50 years of NIAE existence. We stand tall on the legacy of our founding fathers, who envisioned an institution that will lead technological advancement in Nigerian agriculture. Over the decades, we have evolved as a formidable platform where science, engineering, and innovation intersect to address food production, energy efficiency, post-harvest management, and sustainable mechanization for national development. Our Golden Jubilee is not just a celebration of longevity. It is a call to rededicate ourselves to the missions of driving mechanized, climate smart, and youth-inclusive agriculture across the country. A conference with a new vision. This year's conference with the theme, Standardization and Promotion of Proven Technology for Agricultural Production and Value Addition in Nigeria. This represents a paradigm shift in the way we perceive our professional gathering, in line with the visionary desires of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, our own, our ambassador, our pride, our star, a worthy political leader, a professional leader, a trailblazer. Our pride, we are consciously moving beyond the era of routine paper presentation. We are moving ahead this year because our leader, our political leader, has challenged us beyond the era of routine paper presentation and academic discourse. We are now embracing a solution-driven conference model that seeks to make direct impact on the field, addressing the low mechanization index of Nigerian agriculture, and in translating research outputs into implementable technologies. We must therefore, as engineers, as innovators, and policy influencers, channel our collective expertise towards designing, deploying affordable, adaptable, and local manufactured machinery that meet the needs of smallholder farmers who constitute the bulk of Nigerian farming population. The National Agricultural Machinery Exhibition, a turning point. The maiden National Agricultural Machinery Exhibition with the theme Innovative Agricultural Mechanization, Proven Technology for the Enhancing Food Security in Nigeria, organized in collaboration with the National Center for Agricultural Mechanization, INCA, is a landmark initiative designed to bridge the gap between innovation and adoption. Through this platform, we are showcasing homegrown and field-tested technologies. Tractors, planters, threshers, harvesters, dryers, and processing machinery developed by Nigerian engineers and fabricators to enhance productivity, to reduce drudgery, and boost food security. This exhibition is practical demonstrations of our readiness to transition from theoretical research to tangible engineering solutions that empower farmers and agripreneurs across the country, charting the path forward. As we look into the future, Niae reaffirms its commitment to one, strengthening collaboration between research institutions, government agencies, and the private sector to accelerate mechanization. We are also aiming at promoting capacity and technology transfer to young engineers and artisans. 3, supporting policy advocacy that enables local fabrication and standardization of agricultural machinery, and ensuring that agricultural mechanization becomes central to Nigeria's food security strategy. Therefore, this conference and exhibition are not ends in themselves, but a means to stimulate a new national mechanization drive that align with the agricultural transformation agenda of our nation. I must at this point appreciate once again, let me acknowledge the unwavering support of the executive governor of our state, Kwara State, for hosting this event, this state of harmony. And let me on it cover also states the inspiring intervention of our own, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State, whose challenge to the institution has ignited this transformational rethinking of our conference objectives. We also appreciate the leadership of the National Center for Agricultural Mechanization, NCA, for their strategic collaboration, our sponsors, our exhibitor, our partners who continue to believe in the mission of Niae. This meeting couldn't have held, but to the support we received extensively, I can say maybe 100% support from His Excellency, the Executive Governor. This model that will transform the agricultural mechanization concept of our nation. In conclusion, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate 50 years of dedicated service to the agricultural sector, let this gathering mark the dawn of a new era of purposeful revolution that Nigeria needs for food security, job creation, and national prosperity. I welcome you all to this landmark event, and I wish you fruitful deliberation, impactful exhibition, and memorable celebration. I want to recognize the presence of our headers who started this journey way back, and we have our first national president here seated with us, Emeritus Professor Mark Ajola. You are recognized and you are warmly welcome, sir. I also recognize the presence of Professor Lasisi, Professor Adeniji, who are trailblazers in this move. We recognize the presence of some of our members who are gone to be with the Lord. Their wives are here. Late Professor Mrs. O, who is here with us, one of our spouses. We recognize you. We recognize your presence. The labor of our past leader will never be in vain. Once again, we welcome you to this gathering. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Please, if that is how you clap for your chairman, let's close our program. Thank you very much, our national chairman. For those of you who may not know, our national chairman is the world president of the International Soil Tillage Research Organization and also Dean Faculty of Engineering and Technology, University of Ilorin. Please a round of applause for him. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now we shall quickly take goodwill messages. I would want to implore us when we come for our goodwill messages to keep it brief in 2 minutes, and then we shall quickly go to other events. May I now invite for her goodwill message the President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Margaret Aino Oguntala, FNSE, ably represented here by our amiable past President, Engineer Ademola Isaac Olorunfemi, FNSE, FAA. Please a round of applause for him.
Statutorily. So you probably don't have the right to time the president. I'm going to read our speech. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, our pride. Let me just inform this country that next year, the entire set of engineers They're moving to Maiduguri. Again, courtesy the governor, our own. Thank you very much. Distinguished Senator and the Supervising Minister for Agriculture and Food Security, you are doing a great job. You're welcome. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the support. The Permanent Secretary. Let me quickly take a small dimension. Speaking as the chairman of the occasion, representing the president, and to apologize openly to the position of the deputy governor of our state, Lagos State, our own guest of honor here for the protocol mix. Mr. Permanent Secretary, we're deeply sorry to the office of the deputy governor. As engineers, we need to do better. Please accept our apologies. Thank you. The President, Engineer Margaret, I know Guntala sends profound greetings. I actually wanted to make it, but our conference in Ibadan is some 3 weeks from now, and there are a lot of things to do per minute. I'll read the address. I'd like to stand on the protocol established by our national chairman, having recognized the governor and the honorable minister. I want to recognize every other person, representative of the other governors, of the deputy governors. My dad is here, my teacher is here, my friends and colleagues. Now I read. Distinguished colleagues, I am delighted to join you at this crucial event, being the 25th International Conference and 45th Annual General Meeting of Nigerian Institute of Agricultural Engineers. The Niae has remained resolute in its mission to lead critical advocacies on the core objectives of the society. Looking back over the past 50 years, the institution has shown a consistent track record of meaningful contributions to national development. It has made a significant impact in strengthening the capacity of our members, whose footprints are visible across government, academia, and industry, even in this hall. I call on the institution to remain resolute and continue keeping the flag flying high. I commend the Institute for its resolve to bring pertinent issues to the forefront in the usual tradition of excellence associated with this conference. The theme of this year's conference, which is Standardization and Promotion of Proven Technologies for Agricultural Production and Value Addition in Nigeria, is both apt and timely. I acknowledge and appreciate the speakers and panelists at all sessions for taking time from their fully booked schedules to be here and share their perspectives with participants. Your contributions are highly valued. Excuse me. No, thank you. I'm equally delighted by the high turnout of participants, which reflects our members' quest for knowledge and professional development. It is important that we continue to keep ourselves abreast of developments in our fields to maintain excellence. I urge everyone to participate fully in the discussion all through the event. Distinguished colleagues, I wish to draw your attention to the ongoing holistic review of our MEMAT, that is to say, NSC MEMAT. A 50-member committee chaired by a retired past president and the only one to date from our Greek division, Engineer Demola Ilorin, is diligently handling this critical assignment. At its meeting held on 6 October, Council approved an extension of the timeline for the submission of memoranda to the March 2026 Council meeting. I'll look up and speak to this. The member committee has been working for about 6 months, and we're all expected to look at our members and make suggestions as to what we should tinker with, what we should bring in anew, and what we should expunge. But for the extension, the deadline will be a few weeks' time. As chairman of the Government Review Committee, I wish to employ the division to please put up a team to make their inputs into the review. Individuals are prepared to do that, and even groups of individuals. The template has been shared before. We will share them on our platforms even after now. Before I conclude, that is the president, I would like to remind us of our flagship event, the 2025 International Nigerian Conference and Annual General Meeting, AGM, scheduled to hold at the International Conference Center, University of Ilorin, Oyo State, from 1st December to 5th December this 2025. The theme of this year's conference is Engineering Innovation for a Sustainable Blue Economy. I encourage all members of Niae to register, participate actively, and make your voices heard in shaping the future of engineering in Nigeria and beyond. For registration, sponsorship, and other information, please visit the NSA website. I wish you to the deliberations. Thank you. Engineer Margaret Aimo, President and Chairman of the Council, Head of Engineers.
Please a round of applause for the Chairman of the Division, the President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Thank you. May I now invite for his goodwill message the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Engineer Marcus Ogumbi, FNSC, FNIAE. A round of applause for him.
Professor Abakana Umar Asulu, FNSC, FNIAE, MNI, CON, the performing Executive Governor of Borno State. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Engineer Dr. Kadri Amzat, ably represented. Your Excellency, Executive Governor of Kwara State, also ably represented. Your Excellency, my immediate boss, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, CON, the President, Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Mrs. Margaret Aino Okuntala, FNSC, the Chairman, Nigerian Association of Agricultural Engineers, Engineer Professor J. Olaoye, FNSC, FNIAE, the grandfather and fathers of these societies here present, the Board of Fellows, eminent personalities here, heads of federal and state agencies, invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to be here today, not as Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Agriculture, but as a proud fellow and long-standing member of this noble institution. And I congratulate the institution on this landmark event, the 25th International Conference and the 45th Annual General Meeting of our great institution. Like I said, as a proud fellow and long-standing member, I am deeply delighted to join you in this important meeting that brings together professionals, researchers, and policymakers committed to advancing agricultural engineering and mechanization in Nigeria. It is indeed another milestone in our shared journey to promote mechanized and technology-driven agriculture in our country. The Niae has over the years remained a rallying point for professionals committed to the advancement of agricultural productivity through engineering innovations, research, and practice. This annual conference and the accompanying exhibition provide an excellent platform for sharing knowledge, demonstrating innovation, and fostering collaboration between government, academia, and industry. The introduction of the Made in National Agricultural Machinery exhibition is particularly commendable, as it showcases our indigenous capabilities and underscores the critical role of agricultural engineers in driving the nation's mechanized agenda. Distinguished colleagues, my ministry continues to place strong emphasis on agricultural transformation as integral components of the national strategy for food and nutrition security. The success of these efforts depends greatly on the active involvement and leadership of
Good morning, everyone. It's a new day. Veronica, where are you at this time?
I am here. I'll see you in 5 minutes.
Hi, Olamide.
Hey guys, I'm just at the rooftop, keeping my finger on the pulse and my eye on the street.
Hey, Toma, good morning. Hope you're up and ready for the show today.
Yeah, I just got to the office now. Have you contacted Abuja?
Hello guys, we are set and right on our way to the studio.
And the guest is standing by.
Hi, Ria.
I'm almost ready. Just let me get my glam for the show.
Good morning, Ibrahim. What about the dailies?
I just grabbed the papers. I'm on my way.
Good morning, guys.
Hey.
Right. Nobody knows how the day will go, but every day starts with breakfast.
Start your day right here on TVC Breakfast every weekday from 7 a.m. only on TVC News.
Council on Establishments, NCE, scheduled to hold in Kano from 1st to 5th December 2025. I want to encourage the Niae through the NSC or Koren to prepare and present a well-articulated memorandum to the Council advocating for these adjustments in entry points and allowances for engineers. This will be a concrete step towards institutionalizing the recognition and reward that our profession rightly deserves. Some of us that are members of this institution, that are in government, will be ready to provide the required support to actualize this dream. On behalf of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, of course, my minister is also going to speak. So, on behalf of the members of the Niae in the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, I commend the leadership of the Niae for its steadfast commitment to excellence and innovation. The ministry remains open to partnership with the institution in areas such as mechanization, policy implementation, training, capacity building, and the promotion of locally fabricated equipment and technologies that can enhance food production efficiency. As we deliberate during this conference, I encourage us to focus on outcomes that can influence policy, stimulate innovation, and drive sustainable agricultural development in our country. Once again, I congratulate the National Chairman, the Executive Committee, and all members of NIAE on this milestone achievement. I wish all of us successful deliberations at the memorable conference. Thank you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
A round of applause for the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now take the goodwill message from the Executive Secretary of Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, who is ably represented here by Dr. Olufemi Salako. A round of applause for him. Thank you. 2 minutes.
Thank you, MC. The Governor of Kwara State, in person of His Excellency Abdurrahman Abdurazak, ably represented. Governor of Borno State, His Excellency Engineer Professor Babagana Zulu, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Dr. Obafemi Hamza, ably represented. My Honorable Minister of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, person of Senator Abubakar Kyari, the Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, person of Dr. Marcus Ogunbiyi, Royal Fathers, distinguished guests, honorable participants, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am Dr. Oluwafemi Salako, the Director of Plant Resources Department. I'm here to represent the Executive Secretary of the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, in person of TPL, Dr. Abubakar Adamu Daban, who ought to have been here, but is on an official duty outside the country. So I will hereby read his goodwill message. I read. It is my pleasure to address this 25th International Conference and 45th Annual General Meeting of the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers on this theme that is crucial to Nigeria's agricultural sector, which is the standardization and promotion of proven technologies for agricultural production and value addition. As we gather here today, Nigeria's agricultural sector is at a crossroad with a growing population, climate change, and increasing food insecurity. We must leverage technology to transform our agricultural sector. The Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, which is a managing council, coordinates, supervises about 16 national agricultural research institutes and about 18 federal colleges of agriculture. We are committed to developing and promoting innovative solutions to address these challenges. Standardization is crucial for ensuring quality, safety, and efficacy of agricultural technologies. By establishing common standards, we can facilitate the adoption of proven technologies, reduce duplication of efforts, and promote economies of scale. Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria is working with relevant stakeholders to develop and implement standards for agricultural technologies, including irrigation systems, farm equipment, and post-harvest handling and processing techniques. Proven technologies require a multifaceted approach. We need to create awareness, build capacity, and provide incentives for farmers, processors, and other stakeholders to adopt these technologies. ALSN is working with government agencies, private sector companies, and international organizations to promote the adoption of proven technologies. In the area of value addition, this is critical for increasing the competitiveness of Nigeria's agricultural products in domestic and international markets. By adding value to our agricultural products, we can create jobs, increase incomes, and improve security, improve food security. ALSN is working with stakeholders to develop and promote value-added products, such as processed foods, biofuels, and other industrial products. Ladies and gentlemen, the standardization and promotion of proven technologies are essential for transforming Nigeria's agricultural sector. I urge all stakeholders at this conference to work together to develop and implement standards, promote the adoption of proven technologies, and support value addition initiatives. Together, we can build a more sustainable and prosperous agricultural sector for Nigeria. Thank you for good listening.
Thank you very much. May I now invite for his goodwill message, His Excellency Engineer Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat, FNSE, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, represented here by Mr. Emmanuel Audu, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems. A round of applause for him.
The special guest of honor for today's event, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Engineer Professor Babagana Umar Razulum, MNI, FNIAE, FNSE, the Honorable Minister for Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, CON, our chief host for today's event, the Governor of Kwara State, Mr. Abdurrahman Abdurazak, CON, represented by Mrs. Funke Oshukoya, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture in Kwara State. The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Engineer Marcus Ogumbi, FNIAE, FNSAE. All other protocols most duly extended this morning. I bring us greetings from the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Engineer Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat. Mr. Deputy Governor extends his well wishes to this program and to inform the House that he would have loved to be here himself, but due to certain exigent official assignments that occurred yesterday, today, and will also be holding tomorrow at the State House, he has asked that I represent him here and, of course, present his address, which he has prepared for this August occasion in the month of November. He says to this House, let me start by extending my sincere appreciation to the President, Executive Member, and members of the Nigerian Institute of Agricultural Engineering for the invitation extended to me to be at this auspicious occasion of the 25th International Conference and the 45th Annual General Meeting of the institution. I am indeed honored to be in your midst this morning as we all gather to share knowledge, expertise, and innovations in the field of agricultural engineering, as well as focus on solutions that can drive our agricultural sector forward in the country. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I must commend the Nigerian Institute of Agricultural Engineering for their steadfastness and commitment in the sustenance of the hosting of the annual conference and general meetings, which has continued to put the institution at the forefront of promoting agricultural engineering and technology in our dear country. The institution has, through this annual conference and other conferences, workshops, and training programs, continue to provide platforms for agricultural engineers, researchers, and policymakers to brainstorm, share knowledge, exchange ideas, and develop solutions to the challenges facing our agricultural sector. At this juncture, I wish to state that the theme of this year's event, standardization and promotion of proven technologies for agricultural production and value addition in Nigeria, is both timely and very apt. As we all know, agriculture is the backbone of our economy, providing livelihoods for millions of Nigerians and contributing immensely to the nation's GDP. However, despite its potential, the sector faces numerous challenges that hinder its growth and productivity. These include inadequate infrastructure, limited access to finance, climate change, header farmer crisis, and the lack of standardization in our agricultural practices, which are just a few of the obstacles we need to overcome in our country. It is therefore significant that we focus on solutions that can drive our agricultural sector forward. Hence, the standardization and the adoption of proven technologies are important in this regard. Distinguished facilitators and participants, by standardizing our practices and embracing technology, we can increase efficiency, reduce waste, and improve the quality of agricultural products. These, I believe, will in turn enhance our competitiveness in the global market, create jobs, and boost our economy. Therefore, the theme of this conference is not just a topic for debate, but a call to action, that we must all work together to promote the use of technology in agriculture, from precision farming to post-harvest handling and value addition. By so doing, we can create the much-needed jobs, increase food security, and boost our economy. I therefore enjoin all stakeholders, government agencies, private sector players, farmers to collaborate in this endeavor. We should invest in agricultural infrastructure, provide incentives for innovation, and support our farmers in adopting new technologies. To our international guests, your expertise and experience will undoubtedly enrich our discussions and provide valuable insights for our collective growth. For us in Lagos State, the present administration of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, has continued to initiate and invest immensely in various policies and programs that promote agriculture and food systems in the state. Some of these laudable initiatives that have made us to invest in agricultural infrastructure, provide incentives for innovation, and support our farmers in adopting new technology. They include the Lagos State Primary Agricultural Initiative, which is a 500 billion naira produce for Lagos program designed to improve food security, boost supply chain through a multi-pronged strategy. The initiative connects producers with the Lagos market by providing a 500 billion naira offtake guarantee fund, facilitate partnerships with other states in the federation for large-scale food production, and of course, we aim to enhance domestic food production within Lagos to increase our self-sufficiency. Key aspects include private sector partnerships, which we are driving for job creation and logistics infrastructure development. We have the Lagos Agri Innovation Club, which is a program for the young people, youths alike, providing funding and training to support agricultural businesses. And tomorrow, by the grace of God, on Thursday, by the grace of God, the governor of the state will be presenting support grants to 500 young businesses that have pitched their ideas in the state and ready for implementation in food production across value chains in Lagos State. These programs are designed to foster innovation, sustainability, and youth-led growth in the agriculture and food systems sector. It focuses on identifying and accelerating transformative solutions across several high-impact areas, transformative solutions across several high-impact areas. This includes innovations in urban and vertical farming, such as hydroponics, aquaponics, and rooftop gardens, advancement in aquaculture and fisheries, and improvement in agro-processing and value addition. Others include the Eco-Agro Mechanization Program that we call the AgroMex, and this is a technology-driven system that affords farmers the ability to receive tractorization and other mechanization activities by simply logging to an app on the Google Play Store and then, of course, also on the iOS platform to request for mechanization service by simple technology, request for tractorization, and the tractors will be delivered to carry out operations in the farms across Lagos State. The Lagos State government also recently signed an MOU with a Chinese firm for providing improvement in rice production. As we all know, Lagos State has the third largest rice mill in the world, which is a 32 tons per hour rice mill that is already in operation in Imota in the Kurudu division of Lagos State, providing producing what will be the brand that we call Lagos Rice, which is a premium brand of rice, the only premium brand of rice available in Nigeria. If you have not tasted it, I enjoin that you should buy and taste that rice. It is a premium rice that's produced under very strict and highly hygienic conditions. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to restate that our administration will continue to develop strategies and initiatives that will propel our agricultural sector forward to new heights and build a prosperous and food-secure Lagos. On this note, I wish to once again express my gratitude to the organizers of this two-in-one event, the Nigerian Institute for Agricultural Engineering, for their tireless efforts in organizing and promoting agricultural engineering and technology, which is, of course, crucial to our national development. I also thank all sponsors, exhibitors, and participants for making the conference a huge success. As I conclude, I wish to urge all participants that as we convene today, we must know that the future belongs to those who collaborate. And in this era of artificial intelligence, precision farming, and smart technologies, we must not play catch-up, we must lead. Imagine a Nigeria where drone technology monitors soil moisture, where data analytics predict harvest outcomes, and where solar-powered irrigation turns our fields into green belts of abundance. That future is possible, and it begins with conversations like these. I thank you all for your attention and wish you fruitful deliberations.
Thank you very much, His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, for that wonderful message. Ladies and gentlemen, we recognize the Director, National Center for Hydropower Research and Development, Professor Omalele Eleta. A round of applause for him. Also, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to use 2 stones to kill 1 bird. May I recognize our regulator, the President of the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, our very own engineer, Professor Sadiq Zubair Abubakar, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Fellow Academy of Engineering, past National President, Chairman of this great institution. May I equally request that he gives us his goodwill message. Please, a round of applause for him as he comes forward for his goodwill message. Thank you.
Your Excellency, all the chairman of the event, Your Excellency, my brother, Professor Engineer Babagana Zulum, the representative of the Governor of Kwara State, ably represented, the representative of the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, ably represented, the Honorable Minister, sir. Again, you are highly welcome. The FAMSEC, another colleague and a brother, Engineer Dr. Marcus, you are highly welcome. My elders here are seated, especially Professor Francis Adeniji. Good morning, sir. Other distinguished colleagues and my seniors here presented, my colleagues from the engineering family here present, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I didn't prepare myself for a vote of thanks because I'm not in the program this morning. I prepared myself for the presentation tomorrow. But having said this, I think it is very important to mention basically two things. That we are having and witnessing a dual or multiple events conference is very apt. I believe the goal set will, by God's grace, be achieved tremendously. The standardization of the probing technologies is again another niche that Koren has identified. You know, the restructuring of Koren have identified 11 sectors. One of the key sectors that we found that is unregulated is the agro-allied sector. And these, we have already identified income. Having studied carefully the enabling law, income is by right a regulator in the agricultural mechanization, in the equipment standardization, and everything. So Koren has already established a directorate for the agricultural, what we call agri-allied sectors, agricultural allied sectors. And the president or the chairman of Niae always has been identified to chair the Code and Standard Committee of Koren. We have also identified the ERM, what we call Engineering, Regulation, Monitoring, and Enforcement. We have created directorate in each of the states, and Niae is going to chair the ERM in each of the states that will regulate standardization, code and standard in agricultural, mechanization, and allied fields. This is very important because we need to do this exactly what this year's conference is targeting to achieve. Koren has also expanded its regulation into other 11 sectors: oil and gas, aviation, telecommunication, power, mining, and others. In the same manner, we have developed all the structures that is going to allow us to regulate these subsectors. Mr. Chairman, Your Excellencies, Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, I believe my presentation is going to be tomorrow, and I'm going to elaborate on this in detail. But I congratulate our leadership of Niae, and I also congratulate the Honorable Minister of Agriculture with his very powerful team in recognizing that income can play this role in forms of regulation and standardization. Koren has already passed, the council has already passed that we signed MOU with Income to be able to do this in a very tripartite way with NIE and Income to do this standardization and regulation in the agro-allied sector of this. And we are going to, by God grace, inshallah, invite the minister when we are trying to sign the MOU with Income, with NIE, to be able to deepen the regulation and standardization of agri-machineries and agri-mechanization in Nigeria. With this, I would like to congratulate our leadership of these institutions and also pray that we have a successful and very eventful conference. I thank you.
Please a round of applause for the President of Koren. To address us for his goodwill message is the President of Pan-African Society for Agricultural Engineering, Engineer Professor M.O. Faborode, FNSC FA Eng, former Vice Chancellor Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Osun State.
Thank you very much, MC. My goodwill message will really be a goodwill celebration with NIAE. I adopt the recognitions that have all been given, but I will be acknowledging the presence of some people later. NIAE is a very strong member of PASAI because with PASAI I bring international dimensions to this conference. I'm the only one who has spoken from outside Nigeria in this conference. And so, it's a great pleasure. We were in Morocco just 2 weeks ago, and we discussed this conference. The fact that we have a national actual machinery exhibition, which we feel is unique. And I'm asked to commend NIAE for bringing this initiative. When they said that, I said, I know who to really commend. This is NIA show, but I know the power behind the whole idea that we have here. And the power that has also brought the Honorable Minister of Agriculture here today is no other person than a distinguished fellow of NIAE, a distinguished fellow of NSC, an executive governor. I think you already know who I'm talking about now. The chairman has said that much, that when we had this conference last year in Abuja, at the closing ceremony, His Excellency challenged that we should not just be having this paper, because NIA conferences have been very, very super over the years, that we should ensure that we now bring something to the table. Your Excellency, thank you for challenging us. Honorable Minister, when we go out, we will see and endorse NIAE as the body that will drive food security and agricultural mechanization in this country. We have not just started, we have been since 1975. And I'm so pleased that this year we are celebrating the 50th anniversary of NIAE. So PASAI identifies with you from all the corners of Africa. And we are so delighted that you have brought the founding fathers of this society here. The very first president of NIAE is here with us today, live. And that's Professor G.M. Konjola, the first president of the Nigerian Society of Agricultural Engineers, as we used to be called in '75. Thank you, sir, for nurturing the society till today. I'm happy that we have other elders. I think they've been recognized. When we show the documentary, I'm sure you'll be able to recognize all of them, including those who have departed. And I'm happy that we have Mrs. Ohu with us as a point of contact to all those who have departed. I have a prepared speech, but I'm not going to read it because this is an occasion for celebration with NIAE. Apart from His Excellency, the Executive Governor, we have the Permanent Secretary of the Federal Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, also as one of us, FNSE. And I know him very well, and he knows me very well too. because we have the same ancestry. So, we are very delighted. And the hall is so packed full because NIA has a message. And for us in Pasai, our goal is to ensure that we make our contribution to alleviating the sufferings of our continent in terms of food security. Agricultural mechanization is the way forward, and I've heard the minister say this several times, also the Minister of State. We want to work with the ministry to ensure that we fulfill this goal, not only in Nigeria, but all over Africa. The FAO and the UN system, they've developed the Sustainable Agricultural Mechanization Strategy, SAM. Nigeria is a powerful leader in this realm, and we want NIA to ensure that this message is well received by all our members. So, while we are celebrating, it's also a challenge to us that we must not relent in our efforts, all that we have been doing, so that the labors of our heroes past will not be in vain. I thank you all for joining us, and I hope that by the time you've gone out to see what is on display, you will know that agricultural engineering is a profession that is ready to deliver food security and industrialization, agro-industrialization for this country. Nigeria is already starting, Nigeria is already trying, but I think there are still some things that we must do. And in closing, I want to appreciate His Excellency again, not just for this particular support, but the way that he has been a great ambassador of the profession. I've known His Excellency since 2001, and so I am not disappointed that he has done us proud by showing that this profession is a grassroots profession, a profession that understands the pain of the masses and is ready to deliver at every point. Thank you, Your Excellency. And Honorable Minister, I welcome you to UNCAM on behalf of the management. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof. May I now invite for his goodwill message the past president of the International Commission of Agricultural and Biosystem Engineering, also NIAE, IPC, and Kishida International Awardee, Engineer Professor A.F. Alonge, FNSE, FAH, FNIAE. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. For want of time, I will try and paraphrase the speech prepared by the current president of CIGR. CIGR is International Commission of Agricultural and Biosystems Engineering. I was privileged to lead this group between July 2020 during the COVID to December 2022. And during the 2022 meeting in Japan, I was given an honorary presidential award, a lifetime recognition. So I'm a permanent member of the executive board of CIGR. So the president of CIGR has asked me to give this address. That is Professor Claus Sørensen from Denmark. He's our current leader. After my presidency, two other people led, somebody from China, another fellow from Italy. I've had three people that followed me after the presidency. All protocols duly observed, thanking our governor once again, our ambassador for all he has done for us, the governor of Kwara State, and the minister, and everybody that has come. We duly appreciate you. And the chairman of this program, NSC president, for being here. I want to thank you most sincerely for coming. We are not just men in this association. I know the rightly seated somewhere in the auditorium, we have a former vice president of World Federation of Engineering Organizations, Engineer Valerie Agberagba. Please, I hope you are there. Please stand up for recognition. So we are gender sensitive. At the same time, we have a group called Women in Agric Engineering Organizations, WABEN, ably led by Engineer Professor Kende Taiwo, also ably seated. So we recognize our women. They are part of what we do in the society, and we appreciate what they are doing. CIGR stands to deepen collaboration with Niae and NCAM. Our engagement dates back the intersection symposium held in Ilorin in this NCAM in 1988. I just finished service as a copper in September 1988. A strong beginning with NSAE then, now NIAE, and NCAM started in NCAM here in 1988. In 2017, this is a speech from the president. Following the proposal earlier submitted through Professor Folari Alunge, NIAE became a national member of CIGR, and in October 2018, Nigeria hosted the CIGR Session 6 at IIT Ibadan. And since then, NIAE participation in our technical sessions and working group has grown steadily. The NIAE participation in our technical sessions and working groups has been tremendous. We welcome further joint activities, exchanges of researchers, practitioners, and students, as well as shared platforms to strengthen our collaboration. We see a strong environmental system to biosystems engineering, and we also see a strong potential to harmonize what to do in the area of testing protocols and safety standards and advancement of our profession in agricultural engineering. It is noteworthy that 2 of the 3 African CI presidents have been Nigerians, Professor Linus Opara and Professor Folari Alunge. We also acknowledge Professor El Hossein Batali of Morocco, the first African to serve as the CIGR president. NIAE Golden Jubilee is a moment to honor pioneers and mentors who laid strong foundations to inspire the next generation of engineers who will design climate resilient, energy efficient, and circular bioeconomy solutions using innovative and disruptive technologies. I urge our community, NIAE, to champion ethics and safety, gender equality, youth inclusion, embedded life cycle thinking into design, and measure success, not only by output, but by sustainability. To the organizers of the program, your meticulous preparation is evident. To the speakers, authors, exhibitors, sponsors, and delegates, thank you for investing your expertise and resources. May your deliberations be insightful, your collaborations enduring, and your outcome actionable. As you set priorities for years ahead, please know that CIGR is your partner in advancing engineering for a food secure, climate smart, and prosperous Africa. Congratulations to NIAE once again at 50, and best wishes for highly successful exhibition, conference, and annual general meeting at NCAM in Ilorin. May this gathering set a new benchmark for innovation, partnership, impact, and commitment. Signed, Professor Klaus Sorensen, CIGR President. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. Please, a round of applause for him. Thank you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now we'll alter the program a little for us to, we'll take everything on the program, but a little adjustment. But before we have now taken short speeches, we are now moving ahead to long speeches. But before then, I'd like to, that we'll put our hands together, especially for our online participants. Those who are joining us and watching us online, let us please appreciate them. Let us appreciate them. We appreciate you wherever you are watching us from all over the world. Thank you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite for his address the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, our amiable and distinguished Senator Abubakar Kyari, Commander of the Order of the Niger. Please, a round of applause for him. A round of applause for him.
Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, my leader, my friend, my brother, Executive Governor of Borno State, Engineer Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, FNSC, MNI, FNIAE, CON. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kwara State, ably represented by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture, Mrs. Funke Shokoya. His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, ably represented by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Emmanuel Audu. The Permanent Secretary, my colleague in this challenge of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Engineer Dr. Marcus Ogimbi, FNSC, the President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, represented by Engineer Ademola Isaac Olurunfemi, FNSC, the former Vice Chancellor of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife Engineer Professor Michael Faborode, FNSC, the National Chairman of NIAE, Engineer Professor J.O. Olawe, FNIAE, FNSC, our royal fathers, Engineer Oba Moses Adewi, the Ologu of Iludun Eju, and His Royal Majesty Oba Haruna Olawale Suleiman Usman, the Ulupako of Shari, the Executive Secretary of ARC and ably represented, Right Honorable Abdullahi Askira, the Deputy Speaker of Borno State House of Assembly, Honorable Engineer Funkas, Chairman Borno State Social Investment Agency, Engineer Sadiq Abubakar, President of Koran, the first Chairman of NIAE here present, and CIGR past President Professor Engineer Alonge, distinguished guests, senior engineers, chief executive officers, members of the academia, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor to join you on this remarkable occasion. I wish to warmly congratulate the leadership and the entire membership of the Nigerian Institute of Agriculture Engineers, NIAE, as you celebrate 50 years of professional excellence and notable contributions to nation building. I also congratulate the National Center of Agricultural Mechanization, NCAM, for hosting the maiden edition of the National Agricultural Machinery Exhibition, which has brought together both public and private fabricators, researchers, innovators, and farmers under one platform dedicated to advancing mechanization in Nigeria. As we celebrate 50 years of professional excellence and the 25th edition of this international conference, we also celebrate a legacy of ideas, innovation, and advocacy that continues to shape Nigeria's agricultural transformation. From Lagos in 2018, where the institution sharpened the national focus on the role of agricultural engineering in economic development, to Landmark University Omu Aran in 2019, which advanced local fabrication and private sector participation in mechanization, to Asaba in 2022, where attention shifted to post-harvest innovation, rural processing, and mechanized solutions for food security, to Maiduguri in 2023, where discussions deepened on sustainable mechanization, climate-smart structures, smart processing and storage, and efficient soil and water use, and Abuja in 2024, where emphasis was placed on sustainable engineering solutions for food security and climate adoption. Each of these conferences built upon the last, advancing the same vision to make mechanization a driver of food security, employment, and national prosperity. Today, we are in Ilorin, the home of the National Center for Agricultural Mechanization, and this year's theme, Standardization and Promotion of Proven Technologies of Agricultural Production and Value Addition in Nigeria, reaffirms the importance of transforming innovation into industry and translating research into real productivity gains, improved livelihoods, and greater national food security. However, as we celebrate this milestone, it is also a moment for sober reflection. We must carefully consider how far our research output has traveled beyond academic journals and into the hands of the farmers who need them. We must also reflect on how well we are translating engineering innovation into measurable contributions to food security and improved
We're back at the top of the hour with more updates. Breaking news. Two words that define our world. Unpredictable but inevitable. It's the rush of adrenaline, the spark that ignites our curiosity. But you see, breaking news is more than just a headline or an attention grabber. It's a responsibility to tell the truth, to seek out the facts, and to share the stories that need to be told.
As a news anchor, I've witnessed history unfold before my eyes.
From moments of triumph to times of tragedy, beyond the screaming headlines, there are real people, real communities and families affected by the news. And that's why breaking news isn't just about being first, but being accurate, balanced, and reliable. It's given our audience the information they need to make informed choices and decisions. At TVC News, that's what we stand for, going beyond the surface, telling the stories that matter, first with breaking news.
From Lagos to the world, TVC Communications has been nominated for its very first international award, the prestigious AIB. It's a recognition of our voice, vision, innovation, and relentless drive to push beyond boundaries. TVC Communications, Nigerian excellence on the world stage.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas. It shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting, as the arts are meant to be.
Institution, whose leadership and continued support for this institution and agricultural innovation and mechanization have greatly advanced the transformation and resilience of agriculture, not only in the Northeast, but in Nigeria as a whole. So you understand why this thing kept on going off. Our agricultural sector remains the backbone of rural economy activity. Yet, many farmers still rely heavily on manual labor and traditional archaic tools. The challenge before us is how to increase productivity by expanding access to mechanization. Let me just say a few words here that I keep reiterating at most of gatherings like this, and also challenge us. Today, the #1 implement in agriculture in Nigeria is a hoe. Nobody can tell me if there's one factory, not even in China, that manufactures a hoe. hoe are made in the backyards of blacksmiths and a wooden cover. So that shows you that this is really an archaic and an outdated implement. Under the visionary leadership of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, agriculture has been repositioned as the foundation of economic renewal. Through the renewed home mechanization program embedded within the Agricultural Transformation and Innovation Program, ATIP, we are building a nationwide ecosystem that integrates tractors, power tillers, harvesters, planters, and threshers into one accessible platform. Mechanization now stands at the center of Nigeria's agricultural transformation agenda. Just recently, the government has procured 2,000 tractors and over 9,000 complementary farm implements and over 9,000 sets of spare parts to expand access to modern equipment across all regions. The program supports a new generation of mechanization service providers, particularly youth and women farmers, by providing access to fully equipped tractors, preventive maintenance support through mechanization hubs, and training to ensure proper use and sustainability. To ensure nationwide reach and operational efficiency, one mechanization service center will be established in the first instance in each of the Nigerian 6 geopolitical zones, serving as regional hubs for training, repairs, and coordination. Beyond acquisition, our focus remains on standardization, local assembly, and maintenance systems, ensuring that every machine deployed is fit for purpose and supported by skilled technicians. Through NCAM's certification and quality assurance protocols, we are establishing benchmarks that will govern the production and use of agricultural machinery in Nigeria for decades to come. And I'm happy the president of Koren has also mentioned along that line. This brings to me an initiative that is particularly close to my heart: the collaboration between NCAM and Tanta Motors of Egypt. Nigeria cannot continue to depend solely on imported solutions. Our farmers deserve homegrown technologies that are developed with deep understanding of our soils, our crops, our scale of farming, and the labor dynamics of our rural communities. With this understanding, I encourage and led the collaboration between Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, representing the National Center of Agricultural Mechanization, NCAM, and Tanta Motors of Egypt. The yam mound making machine, which was originally developed by NCAM here in Nigeria, here in Ilorin, stands as an example of what local innovation can achieve. However, we can achieve even more through collaborations. The essence of NCAM Tanta Motors collaboration is to facilitate mass production and commercialization of proven homegrown technologies. I am pleased to inform you that the collaboration has led to an improved yam mound making machine. The improved model has been redesigned to function both as a mound maker and a ridge maker, giving farmers the freedom to adopt whichever planting geometry is most suitable for their region and preferred cultivation practice. This collaboration will eventually lead to local manufacturing and assembly in Nigeria. This collaboration will also extend to other technologies developed by NCAM, including the mechanical weeder, the cassava stem planter, the grain and seed planter, and the multi-crop thresher, all of which are being prepared for standardization and commercialization under a joint NCAM-TM branding arrangement. In addition, provisions have been made to ensure training and maintain these machines effectively. This is essential for sustainability, local ownership, and job creation. The task ahead of us requires unity of purpose. Government institutions, research centers, private manufacturers, engineers, academic institutions, and farmer organizations must work collaboratively rather than in isolation. Building a food-secure nation is a collective journey, one that calls for each of us to play our part in developing a mechanization system that is homegrown, scalable, affordable, and sustainable. One that supports smallholder farmers while unlocking the full agricultural potential of our great nation. For 5 decades, the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers has stood at the forefront of innovation, professionalism, and national service. As we chart the path toward agricultural self-sufficiency and a more resilient food system, your leadership, research, and advocacy will remain indispensable in shaping Nigeria's agricultural future. On behalf of the Federal Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, I reaffirm our continued support for the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers and our shared commitment to advancing innovation, research, commercialization, and farmer empowerment. I once again welcome you all and wish the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers and the National Center for Agricultural Mechanization continued progress, innovation, and national impact. Thank you very much for listening.
Please, let's put our hands together for the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, our very distinguished Senator Abubakar Kyari, CON. A round of applause for him for that wonderful speech. Now, you know I'm director of programs. I'm standing here and I'm watching a lot of things. While the minister was giving his speech, I can see the executive governor of Borno State. He was watching the screen behind, and I know a lot of collaborations and a lot of purchases will be made from Nkam after now. He was watching the yam, you know, that ridges that you spend a lot of time to make, and you can see that it is made easier here in Nkam. Please, a round of applause for His Excellency. Also, I may not know why the power was going off and on when the minister was making his speech. Well, maybe some budget has to increase for Nkam. And you know the direction where I'm pointing to. Please, a round of applause for him. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor to welcome to the podium a leader admired by all. In fact, one journalist, Chief Olusho, you know, personally came and expressed his admiration for the governor. A leader of courage, vision, and resilience. A man who has turned challenges into opportunities for his people. From rebuilding communities to delivering hundreds of projects in education, healthcare, and infrastructure, to empowering youth and restoring hope to displaced citizens. His commitment to inclusive governance is unwavering, a symbol of strength and determination, and of course, a strong advocate and pillar of the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers. You would put your hands together. When you talk of hospitality, he is second to none. I just wish you visit his state. He continues to inspire not just Borno State, but the entire nation.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me with a standing ovation and warm applause with wonderful music from the band in honoring His Excellency, Engineer Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, CONFNIAE FNSE, Executive Governor of Borno State, for his keynote address. Welcome.
Sit down, sir. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. His Excellency, the Governor of Kwara State, my senior brother, who is ably represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, who is also ably represented at this occasion, my senior brother, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari. You're most welcome, sir. The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture, senior colleague Dr. Marcus Ogumbi, the Chairman of Niae, Professor Jayo Olai, the President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, ably represented by the past President of NSC, the President of Quaren, Professor Ezed Abubakar, permit me to mention, recognize the Deputy Speaker of Borno State House of Assembly, the Commissioners for Youth, Kwara State, and Commissioner for Housing and Urban Development, Honorable Shaw Ndanusa and Dr. Shogun, who have accompanied me from the airport to this very important occasion. Past President and Chairman of Niae and SA, let me recognize Professor M.O. Faborode, President of PASAN. And let me use this opportunity to recognize my PhD supervisor, my teacher, indeed a partner to me, Professor F.A. Adeneji. Good morning, sir. How are you, sir? Yes. Let me also recognize my other teachers. I have seen Professor Shaibu Musa. Yes. And I believe I also saw Professor Eli Mama. These are all my teachers when we were in the University of Maiduguri, and they taught us very well. I can also see Professor Zibama at the back, and for those that I couldn't recognize them, I believe I haven't seen them. Our very senior colleagues here, let me mention Professor Makwanjola, the first president of Niae, Karosa, and indeed Professor Lasisi. Thank you very much, sir. And all other colleagues that are here, fellows and members of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and members of the Society of Institution of Agricultural Engineers. I have the pleasure of delivering this keynote address for this important conference and to discuss the significant role of agricultural engineers in line with the theme of the conference, which is standardization and promotion of proven technologies for agricultural production and value chain in Nigeria. Agricultural mechanization is a crucial driver of productivity, efficiency, and sustainability in Nigeria's agricultural sector. This is because Nigeria's agricultural potential and the importance of moving beyond subsistence farming to a more modernized, market-oriented sector needs no emphasis. Recall that the 4th International Conference of the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers held in Abuja 2024 underscored the need to assess and advance mechanization efforts across the country. This was in furtherance to my remark when I challenged the institution and the National Center for Agricultural Mechanization to organize a well-focused exhibition on technologies development in Nigeria. On this note, I believe it is not belated, let me acknowledge the CEO of this center, Engineer Dr. Kamal, and indeed the royal father of the day, Engineer Ayodele. In response to this, I am pleased that the National Economic Executive Council of the Niae resolved to organize a national machinery exhibition alongside with our annual international conference this year at the National Center for Agricultural Mechanization, Ilorin. The national exhibition is designed primarily to showcase proven technologies, machineries, and processing plants that can significantly enhance agricultural practices, production, processing, preservation, and storage of agricultural products and crops produce. It is gladdening that the exhibition is bringing together critical stakeholders from the public and private sectors, academia, research institutions, polytechnics and colleges of education, to foster collaboration, innovation, and investment in mechanized agricultural solutions. I'm very pleased that we are witnessing this today. Accordingly, the scope of the exhibition should include proven homegrown technologies, innovatively improved existing technologies or machineries, implements and hub for enhancing agricultural productivity in order to achieve increased food productivity for self-sufficiency and sustainable agricultural development. Also, critical stakeholders that will encourage adoption of these technologies, create interactive forum for discussing sustainable strategies, share knowledge, build capacities, and to promote investment should participate in the National Machinery Exhibition. Without any doubt, we are at a very important time with respect to our country's future in terms of standardization and promotion of proven technologies for agricultural production and value addition in Nigeria. And our discussions today and over the next few days set the tone for our promotion of proven technologies for agricultural production and value addition in Nigeria. In the past years, we have worked very hard to get to where we are today. From a rudimentary level to the current achievements, the efforts are glaring for all to see. In addition, we are witnessing increased needs for standardization and promotion of proven technologies for agricultural production and value addition in Nigeria. This glaring indicates that we do not have the luxury of time when it comes to the issue. If these foregoing statements do not set the pace of our discussions, then nothing else will. So we as an agricultural and environmental resources engineers must be committed to ensuring standardization and promotion of proven technologies for agricultural production and value addition in Nigeria. However, as we seek to do this, we are equally aware of our pressing concerns that must be addressed, not least of which is the seeming poverty and poor remuneration in the agricultural industry generally, especially in the rural areas. So our proven technologies for agricultural production and value addition must also focus on poverty alleviation as well, so that the solutions should be truly life-changing ones and are sustainable too. So I take it that the agricultural engineers who have expertise in the following areas will brainstorm on the main issues in the conference days ahead, such as advancing mechanized solutions for sustainable and efficient farming, innovative post-harvest technologies for reducing food losses and enhancing value chains, amongst others. This is also true for other contributors like in this conference, and that they too will be guided by the need for an approach which is truly paradigm shifting in nature. It is important to remind ourselves that standardization and promotion of proven technologies for agricultural production and value addition are inevitable. This conference, therefore, gives us the opportunity to discuss fully and chart forward ways together from the point of view of agricultural engineering. We must also begin to see ourselves beyond just the agricultural sector, so as to avail our unique expertise to the other sectors of our economy. This is a reiteration of one of my key previous messages to you today. As a government, we have always been mindful of standardization and promotion of proven technologies for agricultural production and value addition in Nigeria. In conclusion, the National Machinery Exhibition represents a strategic effort to catalyze and accentuate the advancement of agricultural mechanization in Nigeria by showcasing proven technologies and fostering collaboration. The intention is to enhance productivity, sustainability, and food security in the country. Therefore, Niae and Income look forward to engaging with stakeholders that are committed to transforming Nigerian agricultural landscape through appropriate agricultural mechanization and adoption of homegrown proven technologies. I urge all stakeholders, government, researchers, private sector, and farmers to collaborate in a unified effort to implement these strategies. Let me use this opportunity to commend the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security for all the successes that we have been recording by this administration since he assumed duty as the Minister of Agriculture. In particular, I'm happy to note the partnership between the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, Income, and Tanta Motors in Egypt. We shall continue in this direction. I can remember vividly that when I was the rector of Ramat Polytechnic in Maiduguri, His Excellency, the current Vice President of the Federation, the Governor of the state, paid some millions of naira to the Department of Agricultural Engineering of Ramat Polytechnic in Maiduguri to produce grain threshers. These grain threshers are currently working. The local technologies are there, but the commitment to drive the process is not excellent. And therefore, I want to assure you that government at all levels, since you have seen the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, at the federal level and the sub-nationals will partner together in order to promote agricultural technology in Nigeria. And deliberately, I challenge the institution to host this very important conference and exhibition in Income, so that this will be the very beginning. I want to assure you that if there is any one of us who has a proven technology, we shall not hesitate to support him. NIA will partner with Koren and other Nigerian engineering institutions with a view to providing a list of engineers that have done excellent publications that would add value to our agricultural sector. While we shall look for funding in order to support ongoing researches in the areas of agriculture. I also want to mention one of my teachers. I saw him, Professor Abdudauda. You are most welcome. I just want to give you a history here. In this room, we have our great-grandfather, grandfather, father, and a son. Professor Efe Adeneji taught Professor Shaibu Musa. Professor Shaibu Musa, and indeed Professor Idris Audi and Eli Maman also taught me when I was in university. Ironically, here in this room, I taught to many NIE members here. Can I see those that I taught them in the University of Maiduguri stand up here? So you can sit down. So you can see the progression from Professor Efe Adeneji to Professor Shaibu Musa, Abdul Dauda, Professor Zivama, my humble self, and then many others that are here, including commissioners in our own cabinet. I want to assure you that Borno State government will very soon work out modalities that ensure provision of additional allowances to engineers that are working in the civil service. This is very important. And I have also directed the Ministry for Education to ensure that technical and vocational education teachers receive the desired attention from the government of Borno State. And I want to acknowledge the efforts that are ongoing by the Federal Ministry of Education currently in revitalizing TVET educational system in Nigeria. On this note, once again, I want to express my deepest appreciation to NIE for organizing this exhibition here in Income. And I also want to express my sincere appreciation to Income Chief Executive and his members for this wonderful outing. And above all, for the hospitality that we receive from the government and people of Kwara State. I want to conclude by reinforcing the vision of a modernized, competitive, and inclusive agricultural sector in Nigeria that drives economic growth and improves the quality of life for its citizens. Finally, as this conference gathers full momentum, we look forward to very fruitful outcomes at the end, which will add our overall strategies, and I urge you to indulge in fully in the conference, and especially want to acknowledge the presence of the Federal Minister of Agriculture and Food Security and that of his permanent secretary. I believe I have attended more than about 10 or 15 NIE conferences. This is the first time I have witnessed the attendance of the minister on my own site. So thank you very much for listening. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, that's the people's governor. Can we please put our hands together for His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Borno State? Thank you for that very wonderful keynote address. I like to quickly introduce the Vice Chancellor, University of Ilorin, Professor Wahab Olasupo Egbewole, SAN, is represented by the TVC Research Technology and Innovation, Professor Etudeyi Mukhtar Adesa. We recognize also Engineer Ladipo Dauda, the Director, National Sugar Institute. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, our amiable Governor of Borno State, His Excellency, is a TVET ambassador of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. When the governor asked his students to stand up, every one of you stood up, Abi. You were smiling. You have tests after this session. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have listened to technical lectures. Now, let us please enjoy some entertainment. May I now request Performing Arts University of Ilorin to thrill us to some minutes of entertainment. Thank you.
Of our communities, if we do not stand up to do something, this is what may become the fate of some of our communities if we do not begin to make use of what we have to take the agricultural sector of this country to greater heights. And this is why this body, this institute, is important for the benefit of the common man and everyone at large. This conference is about bringing out some innovations and some deliberations that will enable that our communities in these small rural areas do not suffer. Good. See, through the influence of the governor of Borno, Professor Babagana Zulu, the federal government has approved 200 billion naira for the procurement of machines for our agricultural sector. See, hey, it is 12. Abi, please, what is that? It is 12 o'clock. See, I've eaten twice today. I've eaten twice today. Yeah. I've eaten 5 times today. This is what we want to become the lot of every community across Nigeria. This is what we want to happen to them, so that through the agricultural sector, they can be happy, they can be glad. The Yoruba adage says that if food has gone out of the problems of man, every other thing is solved. And this is why this institute is very, very important. Because what you are about to discuss in this conference is going to take the agricultural sector of this country from anywhere it is right now to a greater height. But there are saboteurs. There are saboteurs who may want to stop every good thing that you are about to do. And there are also good ones that want to project the image of this institute. Please, let us watch and learn. Thank you.
What exactly are you trying to tell me? That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring in those machines for my farm, and there's nothing you can do about it.
This is not possible. What do you want me to tell the workers that are working for us, especially my relatives that are there? It is not possible.
How is that my concern? How exactly is that my concern? This is not the first time people are losing their job. And I will do it, and there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing.
People complaining to you, they never complain for once that they are tired of working. And what you say, it will not be possible, and it shall not be possible.
How is that my business? Okay, don't you even understand what exactly I'm trying to tell you? If I bring those machines to my farm, the work, within 20 people that they are going to do on the farm, my machines will do it within just 30 minutes. So, you think that does not favor me? It favors us. What concerns me concerns those that will be working on my farm.
Don't you know that it is this same job that these people are using to take care of their families? What do you want? Where do you want them to start from?
How is that my business? How is that my business? This is not the first time. And this is not going to be the last time people are losing their job in this community. That's what I'm going to do. And there's nothing you can do about it. And we bring those machines that are going to work for me on my farm.
This man wants to disgrace me. He wants to make me an object of work in the presence of my relative. It will not be possible. I must find a solution to this.
Good afternoon, ma. Good afternoon. Yes, my help also. We are suffering, no. Your husband, we heard that he's importing some machines that are going to work instead of us on his farm. Help our life, oh. My wife is pregnant, to help my life, oh.
My mommy, my child just entered university. Where am I going to see money to?
I have 2 kids. I've not been able to pay their school fees and upkeep.
I know that you people have enough trust in me. And I promise you, I will not disappoint you. I will not disappoint you.
What did you say?
I will not disappoint
What
you.
did you say?
I will not disappoint you. You people should not worry. You people should not worry. So this matter has become known to all these people. No, this man was not disgraced me. I will find a solution to it.
Hello? Why is the network bad? And I'm saying hello. Yes, please, exactly. 2 months. No. But I need that money. Yes. Okay, 2 weeks. Yes, that's what I want. 2 weeks is okay. Yes, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. My babies. Even my wife thinks I'm going to collect the money. I'm bringing those machines. Oh, my machines are here. That reminds me. What exactly do you say you want again?
What of the 5 million naira you promised me?
5 million. And you?
I need a new Benz.
See, both of you, don't worry. Within just 2 weeks, both of you, 20 million naira for you. And the Benz each. Why will I be importing some machines when my machines are here? Chef, machine for Pamilara, don't worry. Within just 2 weeks, I will do whatever you want for you. Chef Jeremy, don't you trust me?
Urgently. Thank you, our leader. As you all know, I can't call you here without any reason. I've called you here today because of my husband, Ajibade.
What did he do? Let us hear.
All of a sudden, he called me and started telling me that he wants to introduce some machineries on our farm. What should happen to the people working for us, especially my relatives that are there? What exactly do you want us to do to him? I want you to help me to punish him severely.
Anybody that does anything that is forbidden will face the consequences.
What's his name? His name is Ajibade. What about his mother? His mother's name is Ajike.
Ajibade, Majike. You must listen to whatever your wife says, unless calamities upon calamities will always befall you. Aje Akamara.
Oh, Fifi.
Ajibade. Someone close to you as the neck is close to your head is behind your calamity. You are about to make a decision that will affect communities and states around you. Do not make that bad decision. Do not make that bad decision. Do not make that bad decision. Ajibade.
Yesterday was my wife's naming ceremony. My own naming ceremony, in fact, if not for you, well, we have seen the money to have sent to prepare for this. All glory to God, all glory to God. And I'm telling you, even small, if not because of her, even my son that is in the university, maybe mechanic or something. I understand your plight, but one you people can go now. My last to your finance. Bye-bye, yo. My son, you really surprised me a lot. I was not expecting you. Let us surprise the one. My son is back. Our son is back from Germany. Why did you tell me? I would have paid your favorite for you.
I was just about to surprise you.
My son, that thing of the discussion on the phone, you know, you need to tell your mother exactly what you're discussing with me on the phone.
Okay, Maui, do you remember the grant I was telling you I was pursuing in the United Kingdom, Maui?
I think I remember you saying something like that, but explain more.
Okay, I have been given a grant to improve the agricultural sector of not only this community, but our states and also neighboring states. And guess what, man? This grant is worth $15 million. That is equivalent to 21 billion naira.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Now we are not want to know what the grant is for.
What's the grant for?
The grant is to procure technology in order to improve the agriculture. Now, this grant is to produce mechanized farming.
When you say technology, do you mean machines?
Yes, ma'am. Is anything wrong with that?
My son, don't you know that we have workers that are working for us on this same farm? And these people are your relatives, and most of them are even your uncles and your aunts.
I have thought about that. Mommy, effort combined. I have also put that into my reasoning. Now, instead of making them jobless, these machines cannot operate themselves now. We are going to distribute them among all the neighboring states to operate those machines, because those machines are going to give us what? Increase in productivity rates and also quality crop produce.
Do you mean that it is these same people that will be operating the machines?
Yes, mommy. So they are not going jobless. So for you to buy the wine.
I have some confession to make. I bet what I do. You see how this life works. It's never that I'm the father. What I was planning on doing, I was not even planning on securing that business. I wanted to let the money and handle it and spend it anyhow. Now see my son. See what my son is thinking. He wants to use the project, the machine, for a lot of communities. Can't you see? I want to really apologize to both of you, both my son and my wife. I've done a lot of things. I really want to say I'm very, very sorry about this. I'm very, very sorry about this.
We have nothing to do now. We are forgiving you. Now, we give repentance and also this grant to improve our country. This calls for celebration. We will come back to later to rest. Celebration go out.
This is a lesson to all of us. The father wanted to squander the money for the contract to produce machines. But back there in the UK, the son was already thinking about home, how to receive grants and buy machines to help the agricultural sector of his community and neighboring communities. It is my prayer that your deliberations in this conference will bring about a significant change in the agricultural sector of this country. Thank you.
A round of applause for them. A round of applause for them. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. The Executive Director of UNCAM and Ilorin, you want to set our distinguished governor up, Abi? You are calling 200 billion. You say being paying. Then the wife of Ajibade, just because of machine, you went to Kovun. No problem now. The truth is, technology has come to stay. The future of work has changed. And we must do what? We must change with it. We have artificial intelligence. We have so many things, all to our benefit. You either change with the future of work, or the future of work will change you. You remain obsolete. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are closing in on our program very quickly. May I now invite the National Chairman of the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers, Engineer Professor Joshua Olaoye, FNSE, FNIAE, to quickly do a presentation for us on codes and standards.
As we are gradually winding up this section, I would like to call on our father here and the NSA president, Professor Faborode, to join me here as we want to present the codes and standards for agricultural engineering practices in Nigeria. During our conferences like this, we make sure that we produce standards that must be used by our farmers for their various operations. We have this special edition this year. This edition has there are 3 parts. The first part of these is on codes of practice for crop production. The second aspect of this particular edition has to do with codes and standard gaps. That is, good agricultural practices, where we will also be looking at some of the concepts that has to do with handling the procedure for the operation. And the third aspect of this year's codes and standard has to do with greenhouse farming codes and standard and procedure that will guide us. I now present the mic to the President for the presentation of the codes and standard.
Thank you very much. May I respectfully invite His Excellency to please come up stage. Honorable Minister, please come up stage. Permanent Secretary, Deputy Governor Representative for Lagos State, please come up stage. Representative Governor of Kwara, please up stage. Korean Registrar up stage, please. Please let them have. Please, could we, Your Excellency, please, this way, sir. I have the honor on behalf of the President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers to commend this frontline division. Before now, this division produced at the 9 standards, and there is no other division in NSC that has done anything close to that. Honored to be part of this division. So therefore today, I present this latest division on behalf of the President, ably joined by our own Ambassador, His Excellency, and the Minister. It is developed by the division as well as income as part of our contribution to food security. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, Honourable Minister. You can go with them, please.
Well, before the declarations of the machinery exhibition, just this year, we were at the conference organized by American Society of Agricultural Engineers. And at that conference, our ambassador was recognized way back in Canada. So I have the honor to call on Professor Mobolaji Omobowale to make this presentation to His Excellency, the award given to our governor from the Ang Aksabe. Ang Aksabe is an agricultural network of American Society of Agricultural Engineers, where His Excellency was recognized, and this award was presented to him here in recognition of his contribution. Let me hand over the microphone to the president of Ang Aksabe, who has just handed over to the new president in Ghana.
Thank you very much, sir. I bring you greetings from the African Network Group of the American Society for Agricultural and Biological Engineers. And like was mentioned, I just finished my tenure as the president of that group. So every year it's it's part of what we do to present awards to deserving people. And this award is coming from serious, considerations of impact, global impact, not just national impact, we're talking about global impact. And there were nominations from other parts of the world, but this year the award was given to our own engineer, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, CON MNI. And I'm glad to present this award to him as I invite him to the stage. All right, so while we were there at the conference, please hold on a bit, hold on. While at the conference, excuse me, hold on please. So while at the conference, the award was received on his behalf by the national chairman of the NIAE. So I'm going to hand that over to him and as he presents this to His Excellency. Thank you very much.
This award of excellence with heartfelt appreciation for your excellent leadership and service, we are proud to honor an outstanding leader, His Excellence, Engineer Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, CON, MNI, for promoting education and development in agricultural and biological engineering in Africa, dated July 2025, African Network Group of ASABE. ASABE is American Society of Agricultural Engineers. And ASABE, I hand it over. Congratulations.
So thank you very much. All right, so start working.
In quick successions, the NIAE leadership has also directed that I make these three presentations. I want to call on His Excellence, the Honorable Minister, for this award to be presented. And I will call on, again, our father, Professor M. Faborode, and our royal father, to come for these quick presentations of this award to His Excellence.
Who is the first?
Minister. We'll give this to you. Marcus will bring it later.
Yeah, he told me.
We are giving him Marcus of this. Okay. Just leave it. Okay. The Honorable Minister. This is presented to the Honorable Minister of Agric and Food Security by the NIAE 2025 Distinguished Award, Pillar of NIAE. Your Excellency, congratulations, sir. Where's the rapper?
The next one.
Kabiyesi, we have not finished. Kabiyesi, Lord. Who is for this? Who for Zulu? About to be our.
For this next presentation, I will call on our father, the first president of NSAE, to make this presentation.
Every
no state.
Last one. Yeah, this is the last one. This is presented to you.
pillar of NIA.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Okay. So we want to, please sit down. The next one will be done later.
You will finish the next one.
No,
Are
just.
we closer?
So let's. Okay, that's all. We only mark us. No. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. I would have the honor to call on the permanent secretary for this award. Permanent Secretary, Minister of Agriculture and Food Security. So I would like to present this to our this 2025 Distinguished Pillar of NIA Award, presented to Engineer Dr. Marcus Ogunbiyi in recognition of his contributions to the growth and development of the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers. Congratulations. Next in the award, I would like to call on the immediate past Professor Musa to help us present this to the Governor of Kwara State, Professor S.M. Musa. And following after that, the last in this series of awards is to be presented to His Excellence, Deputy Governor of Lagos State.
This award is presented to you by the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers in recognition of your achievements in agriculture and food security. Congratulations, madam.
The last in the series, I will also have the honor to invite one of our past president, current president of Koren, S.Z. Abubakar, professor, to make this presentation on our behalf, to be given to the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Engineer Dr. Hamzat Obafemi.
This is an award to His Excellency, Engineer Dr. Hamzat Obafemi, in recognition of his contribution to the growth and development of Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers, Nigeria. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Back to the main business of the day. I would like to call on the Governor of Kwara State to declare the machinery exhibitions open for the maiden edition of this machinery exhibition. We hope, and by the challenge we have received, this is going to be, if not annually, it will be biannual celebration where we will add to the content. Immediately after the declaration, His Excellency, the Governor of Borno State and the Minister, they will lead us to the exhibition ground to see those machinery already developed.
Your Excellency,
Engineer Professor Babangana Umara Zulum, the Executive Governor of Borno State, Your Excellency Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, ably represented, Senator Abubakar Kyari, the Honorable Minister of Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Dr. Aliu Sabi Abdullahi, Honorable Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Dr. Marcus O. Ogunbiyi, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Your Royal Highness, Engineer Hoba Moses Ayodele Hadewuyi, Dumade 1, the Oluju of Iludun, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am here this afternoon representing the Executive Governor of Kwara State, Malam Abdurrahman Abdurazak, who is unavoidably absent, although he sends his warm regards and best wishes to every participant and His Excellencies that are present here today. Although the task given to him is to declare the conference open, but he sent his message, and I will hereby read the speech which he sent to this August gathering. I hereby read. At a time when the world struggled to feed a growing population, gatherings like this light the path to Nigeria's agricultural future through innovation and mechanization. This gathering will definitely serve to share ideas about solutions to emerging issues, including the challenges of climate change, technology and global debate around GMOs, and the dynamic issues of land use among diverse economic groups. Your Excellencies, innovators and subject matter experts, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I warmly welcome you to Kwara State, a state rich in vast arable land, innovation and mechanization excellence. Hosting this landmark conference and exhibition is a privilege and a reaffirmation of our shared commitment to innovation and food security. I thank the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineering, the National Center for Agricultural Mechanization, for choosing Kwara State as a host. We will make sure to keep our state conducive to international gathering of this kind. Over 5 decades, NIAE has driven mechanization with research and locally designed machines that cut costs, boost yields, and reduce post-harvest losses for our farmers across Nigeria and beyond. Proudly domiciled here, Nkan remains a national powerhouse in machinery development. In Kwara State, we have mostly shifted from subsistence to full mechanization, and your organization has been the major enabler of this important leap. As a government, we have deployed tractors, plows, processors, and other implements to over 10,000 farming households in each of our 16 local government areas. Rice, cassava, palm oil, and soybeans processors now enjoy higher output and quality. We are similarly deploying policies and programs to empower youths, researchers, and agripreneurs to add value and access markets. This is because we believe that the future lies in bridging research and practice through young innovators. As NIAE marks its 50th anniversary, I congratulate you for laying a resilient foundation for Nigeria's agricultural transformation. And on this note, I feel honored to declare this conference and exhibition open. Finally, I call on all of you to fully explore Kwara's warmth, markets, and opportunities. Enjoy our hospitality and return soon. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much.
I want to thank you very, very much. You've come here to show solidarity. You've come to show an handshake across Niger that indeed Lagos is not just a city, but it's a place that represents Nigeria. And to all my KBACs that have woken up very early to come and give you the real Yoruba